Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Now, we had a big heavyweight fight, big British dust up for the British title. Very important, two undefeated big old guys. You know, the juggernaut versus Dynamite, Triple D, right? It was a good fight, stopped, and it was anticlimactic at the stop, right? We had an injury, to an eye, so Dubois had to stop that fight. Now, we saw that Dubois' eye was big. We saw that Joyce jabbed him to death the whole fight. We saw that, and we saw that he had to stop because of it. Now, it's come out that the eye socket is fractured. He has a fractured eye socket and nerve damage around the left eye. So Danny Dubois at 23, that's an issue, right? We don't want that injury. We saw what had happened to Kell Brook when it happened against Gennady Golovkin going up there. Although Kell Brook fought him well and valiantly, he broke his eye socket. Then took some time off, came back, and then fought another very, very formidable welterweight in Errol Spence, considered the best welterweight by many. And the same thing happened to him again. Speaking of a monster, we had Inoue, the monster, down in the 118-pound division. His last fight against Nonito Donaire, eye socket broke. And so when it comes to eye socket, you hear that people are saying, hey, that Dubois quit, right? He's quit. Now, you never want to go against boxers. If this is the code that they have, then it is what it is. These are boxers. They fight. They want to stop. We saw people get upset. Deontay Wilder upset when somebody throw in the towel. They ain't having it, right? But I do say, as a person, a human being, if you grab up there and touch your eye socket and something moving in your skull, that's gonna probably be a dramatic moment for you, right? Where you wait a minute. Now, I can touch something and be swollen, but if stuff is moving inside my skull, I'm probably not gonna be so willing to continue to fight. And I think I want to deal with my skull issues. I think it should be a broken skull rule, right? Because I think that's something that fighters should stop for. Right? You're talking about an eye socket, you're talking about your sight forever and things like that because of a fight, right? You're probably a fighter that people don't even like or something, and you're out here trying to fight. So for me, personally, that wouldn't be a problem, but I do understand the boxers, right? I think it's fights that, you should go on, and you shouldn't stop. For example, let me give you one. One of my favorite fighters, heavyweight, Vitaly Klitschko. I think Vitaly Klitschko is probably a top 5 heavyweight of all time, all things being considered, with his size, tenacity, attitude, and the fact that he's just a good fighter, too. Vitaly is Vladimir with attitude. But Vitaly stopped one fight in the last round against Chris Bird, someone who doesn't have punching power, coming up from the middleweight division to the heavyweight. And Vitaly's shoulder was messed up in the last round, and he didn't come out and just jab Chris Bird for one round. He was winning convincingly. That was a fight that I didn't think needed to be stopped. But then again, I got one like Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko. Rigondeaux's fractured his hand or something, his left hand, in round 6. And I think he should have stopped, with all things being considered. People say, well, why you should just fought with your right hand the whole time? Yeah, if we were the same weight, right? If Lomachenko was down at 118, where he is, he had to go way up to 130 and then fight the best pound-for-pound guy without your strong hand. No, you shouldn't. Fight another day. It wasn't fair in the first damn place. Under different circumstances, probably I would think different. They were the same weight, or if Lomachenko would have came down, not even 126, I would have still been talking the same stuff. But maybe down to about 124, and something like that happens. Then that's a different conversation. But things like that. So most of the times you're thinking, well, if the fighter stops, he stopped because he better had. And then it's the other side of the coin. Hey, you don't never stop. You don't never quit. I'd rather go out on my shield. And that's what most boxers are saying. Most boxers are saying that about Danny Dubois. Let's see how he deals with negative press for the first time, doubt, right? And, let's be real, physically, that injury, because you are in the hurt business and people are going to be aiming at that from now going forward. And he's going to have to get his head moving together, because I don't think that Danny Dubois, Joe Joyce has the best jab in the business. That brings me to my other point in this video. Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev could possibly look similar to this, right? The sizes are different, but we're looking at someone who's going to be doing a lot of jabbing. I think Kubrat Pulev has the jab and the talent and the skill to out-jab Anthony Joshua. And that's not easy. I'm not saying this is not an easy thing to say. But I'm going to say kudos to Joshua. I want to have on my wrong stuff, matter of fact, because I was saying Joshua ain't going to fight without a crowd. I'm hearing that Eddie Hearn is worried about that because Joshua's used to having a crowd. And I've been saying I don't think this fight's going to happen. I think an injury's going to happen between him and Pulev. I don't think he's going to fight because I think Anthony Joshua and Canelo Alvarez are not going to fight someone that has a chance to beat them without a crowd. Because a lot of people have crowds on their side, but those two guys are ridiculous. They can do anything, a jab, avoid a punch, anything, a body shot. There's nothing that goes unnoticed from a crowd from Anthony Joshua or Canelo Alvarez, and you get in the comfort zone with that stuff. So when that's not there, you probably that's a different atmosphere for you. Eddie Hearn has expressed his concern about it, but at least they're going through with the fight, and he thinks that Joshua's going to steamroll this guy. So kudos to them for doing that, and I'm wrong about that because I didn't think the fight was going to happen. But I do think that Pulev is possible that he could possibly out-jab Joshua and make Joshua do some things, and this fight can be a lot better than what we think. When it gets closer, we'll talk about it again, but just look at this fight. Dubois got jabbed the whole fight and lost the fight with one punch, a jab, the whole night, right? Now Joshua's different, on a different level. This is a champion we're talking about when we're talking about Joshua, and he has also some punching power, but so did Dubois. Joshua's going to be, obviously he's smarter in the ring, right? But then again, he's fighting someone with the experience he has and a bit more when we're talking Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev is always saying people are not trying to, that he hasn't fought anybody. But hey, it's a lot of times that, people wasn't in a rush to do so. I can just bring up Dillian White, who could have went over there and got that belt a long time ago, right? He was the mandatory to go fight. He was mandatory. They were going to have not a unification, but an elimination fight between him and Pulev. Pulev won the purse bid and had to be in Bulgaria. Dillian White said no. His name comes again. So I'm just saying, this guy is somebody formidable. It's going to be a good fight. Watch out for AJ and Pulev looking similar to Dubois versus Joyce. But let's hope that Dubois gets past this. He's 23. He'll heal a little bit like a superhero. He should be fine. But this could leave scars. Dome Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.